Lane brought to you by Online Invent, websites, digital marketing and custom software. And with thanks to these great community supporters. Good evening, hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of In Pit Lane. This is in fact the penultimate episode of In Pit Lane here from the studios of RMI TV in the heart of Grand Prix City, Melbourne, right across Melbourne and Geelong on Channel 31. Yes, after more than a quarter of a century, basically I've been waiting for sort of 25 years for someone to stand there and say, you know, stop doing this, don't do this anymore. And they haven't done it, so I've got to do it myself. So yes, unfortunately, next week will unfortunately be the final episode of In Pit Lane on Channel 31 from this studio. That does not mean In Pit Lane is dying completely. It's just going away to detox somewhere for a long time.
Bit of test pat.
Yes, speaking of detox, someone who is, doesn't need it at all. I mean, despite all the rumours, is my co-host Craig, Doc Latigo. Doc, how are you?
Good evening, Brett. Hello, every viewers out there. I stay high all the time.
Well, that's probably not a thing to say when you're considering what you do for a living.
No, we don't, exactly. Do you know what? MotoGP, it's all about solidarity.
Oh, yes, solidarity, comrades.
Yes, solidarity. What a fantastic finish to the season for MotoGP. Please catch up with
of angry men. Anyway.
Thank you for the sound effects there. Much appreciated.
There you go. Jeff Kennett will be happy about that. Hey, listen, coming up a little bit later on in the program, our guest this week is going to be the new manager of state and club level racing at Motorsport Australia. He is Bruce Astbury. Bruce is a regular club level competitor over many years. Has been. I think we've had him on the show before in terms of on location, but he is now in a brand new position, and we'll be finding out what that's all about a little bit later on in the program. Also joining us tonight, someone who was on the program a while ago and said, look, before you disappear, I'd love to come back on again. Vicky Mealings is going to join us from Brittle Sun. She's going to join us, and you'll find out she's going to play us out at the end of the program, and also a bonus for our In Pit Lane YouTube viewers. But right now, it was a very busy weekend of motorsport, both here and around the world. Let's check out what was happening. This is the In Pit Lane Motorsport News. After a strong performance on the streets of Adelaide last weekend, Brown sealed the title on Saturday with a second-place finish behind his Triple Eight teammate and closest rival, Brock Feeney. On Sunday, Brown celebrated with a win after Feeney was penalised for a collision with Chaz Mostert's Walkinshaw Racing Mustang. Despite being spun early, Brown fought back through the field to secure the victory.
After the first couple of laps and getting turned around, I didn't think I thought, if we get a top 10 finish here and have some fun passing some cars, I would have nearly been happy with that. And then we started picking off a few more, and my engineer said, you're P5, and then, and then I was on the podium, and then, fortunately for me, but unfortunately for Chaz and Brock that got into a bit of a crash there, I ended up winning. But an amazing last race. It sort of topped off the championship, that's for sure.
James Moffat won the final race of the Trans Am season, but Todd Hazelwood claimed the series championship. Hazelwood, starting from pole, needed only a top 5 finish to secure the title. He finished second after Nathan Hearn spun at turn 5, keeping Ben Grice behind him for a comfortable championship win. Moffat crossed the line some 3 seconds ahead, with Hazelwood second, Grice was third. Australian James Wharton's Macau Grand Prix ended early after he crashed at the infamous Lisboa corner on the opening lap. Hugo Kachukwu controlled the race after the restart, leading every lap to take victory. Cooper Webster, Australia's other representative, finished 7th on track, but was promoted to 5th place after both PHM racing cars were disqualified for technical infringements. The NHRA drag racing season has wrapped up at Pamona, where Antron Brown has won the Top Fuel Championship, beating Doug Collitter in the final. In funny car, Jack Beckman set a career best time to defeat new champion Austin Crock and claim his second win of the season in an all John Force Racing final. In Pro Stock, Greg Anderson beat Dallas Glenn to win his sixth championship in a winner-takes-all showdown. And in Pro Stock Motorcycle, Matt Smith ended the year with a win over new world champion Gage Herrera. And Jorge Martin has become the first independent team rider to win the MotoGP World Championship. The Prima Pramac racing star secured the title win with a third-place finish in the season finale at Barcelona, after rival Francesco Bagnaia claimed his 11th race win of the year. Marc Marquez, in his final race for Grassini Racing, finished second, securing his 150th career podium. Well, another crowded weekend of local motorsport with three major events clashing across Melbourne. To the southwest of the city, the annual Geelong Revival will hit the foreshore of Eastern Beach at Geelong. The rebirth of the famous Geelong Speed Trials, the Revival will feature a wide range of both cars and bikes, from classics of the 1950s through to state-of-the-art supercars, including two current McLarens. Over the other side of the bay is Island Magic, the traditional end-of-year celebration of speed at Phillip Island. This year's event sees the return of the Victorian Tourist Trophy with an encouraging field of 20 sports cars, including the return of Richard Bendel's 7-litre Sin, taking on a classic field of GT3 and Mark sports cars. There's also a big field of Formula Vs who have entered, including 5 cars from all the way across the Nullarbor in Western Australia. The biggest field, though, will be in improved production, where several of South Australia's fastest cars will head east to take on the local contingent.
Meanwhile, the Melbourne Showgrounds will see the first staging of the new Motors and Masterpieces show. Can't wait to get out there. The spiritual successor to the most popular Motor Classica, the new show will feature a diverse range of classic cars assembled by themes. The latest flagship model from Lamborghini, the Revuelto, please correct me if you're Italian, is set to make its Australian public debut at the show, which will also feature stands by Bentley, Maserati, Rolls-Royce. The show begins this Friday at 10 a.m.
And Chaz Mostert has capped on a successful season, winning multiple honours at the Supercars Gala. The two-time Bathurst 1000 winner received the inaugural Jim Richards Award, recognising both on-track performance and professionalism as judged by competition officials. Mostert also claimed the Barry Sheen Medal for the second consecutive year, an accolade that has been voted on by media for character, personality and sportsmanship. Yes, I do understand the irony of the media judging people for character and whatever. Fellow drivers named him the driver's driver for the first time, acknowledging his performance and conduct on and off the track. He needed a truck to take these home. Adding to his accolades, fans also voted Mostert the most popular driver, bringing his total awards to 4. Triple Eight Race Engineering's Will Brown was crowned Drivers' Champion, while the late Wayne Caddick was posthumously inducted into the Supercars Hall of Fame. Caddick was a key figure in Supercars' growth and was instrumental in reviving Dick Johnson Racing.
I'll get a Lynn Fox truck for Chaz's Mozzie's
That's it. Yes, now, so we're going to take a break there on In Pit Lane. When we come back, we'll be joined by our special guest. He is Bruce Astbury from Motorsport Australia, and coming up very soon, Vicky Millings from the Brittle Sun, and she'll be playing us out a bit later on in the program. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
Get the phone ringing for your business with website development and SEO services from Online Invent. Visit onlineinvent.com.au.
There we are. Now we've got we'll get there. We'll get you in a moment. If you could just go around
I'll come around the back of us.
Yeah, come around the back of us, Bruce. Bruce is going to walk around the back of us now while I tell you.
Surprise entrance.
While I tell you all about the thanks that we would like to give to our friends at Online Invent, Melbourne's go-to for custom web development and digital marketing solutions. the thing is, it's not just about IT, because they're passionate supporters of local motorsport as well. Owner Roy Ellery's been the driving force behind keeping this program on air over the past few years. Without his commitment and generous support, this show would have actually disappeared long before now. So once again, thank you to Roy and Online Invent for allowing In Pit Lane to reach this milestone of 28 years on air. To find out what Online Invent can do for your company, club or event, head to onlineinvent.com.au. And once again, we say a huge thank you to Roy for his support in keeping In Pit Lane on air for the past few years.
Do you know what Roy would have been at home with on the weekend? So Roy was all...
No, he wasn't. He wasn't at home.
He was all kitted out. He could have easily been in Macau, because I tell you what, I haven't seen a guy. He was at Dalesford Speedway.
He was at Dalesford Speedway.
And he was absolutely in the trenches.
Yeah, and it rained and it was there, but he was there. He was there with his camera from motorsportarchives.com, which is his YouTube channel, and he goes and films his own stuff, which we've used here on the program at times as well. So thank you to Roy.
He supplements us to the hilt.
Yeah, I mean, as we said, we certainly couldn't have kept on the air as long as we have without his support. It's been the last couple of years have been a huge struggle.
Love your
So
work, Roy.
yeah, so thanks, Roy. We really do appreciate it. Well, tonight's music comes from Vicky from Brittle Sun, and you can catch her for free at the Town Hall Hotel supporting Craig Lee on Sunday, December the 1st at 6 p.m. But also you can catch up with her on all sorts of on the socials, on YouTube, Brittle Sun. She's got some great songs on there. But right now, here's Vicky from Brittle Sun with Coco the Gorilla.
Was a giant gorilla. I remember in grade 2 they gave me homework to do. She was on the cover of my take-home reader with a kitten in her arms, and I read it with my mom. She could talk with her great big hands. There were arguments that she never made sense. She was born and raised in a zoo, smart as a button, stronger than Mike Tyson. Do giant gorillas weep? I don't know. What do they dream about when they're asleep? Do giant gorillas think? I don't know. Maybe it's just instinct. Coco, you're not around anymore, but I still think of you like when I was in grade 2. Things were easier way back when, and now I can't catch a break, 'cause I'm stuck in the rat race. They're exploding great big bombs in drone warfare, and it doesn't make sense. If there's ever a nuclear war, I hope my dog will be okay. Some of them survived Chernobyl. Do giant gorillas weep? I don't know. What do they dream about when they're asleep? Do giant gorillas think? I don't know. Maybe it's just instinct. Maybe it's just instinct. Maybe it's just instinct.
Jeez.
That was lovely.
Very
Wasn't that?
emotional,
Yeah, wasn't that
isn't it?
lovely? Thank you, Vicky.
Choking up a bit here.
Yeah, no,
I'm the same.
Yeah, I think we need some recovery time. That was beautiful.
Jesus.
Thank you, Vicky. That was
we might
lovely.
get the glasses out to catch the tears.
Yeah, that was lovely. Vicky will be joining us a little bit later to take us out on the program too. But that was wonderful. Vicky, just go check her out. I'm sure you want to do that. That was a beautiful song, and Memories of Coco, the Coco the gorilla.
Yeah,
remember? If you haven't seen, if you haven't seen some of the stuff Coco and Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Just go to YouTube. Coco, Robin Williams. Just have a, if you want to get emotional.
Yeah. The song got even more sincere as it went on.
That was beautiful. Thank you for that, Vicky.
Yeah, brilliant.
Okay, that's the sort of thing that we do here on In Pit Lane, and
we hit a nerve.
yeah, that's it. We've done for over a quarter of a century. So we really do enjoy it. And thanks for in all that time to all of the musicians, the Melbourne musicians, so many talented people.
So many broken promises.
There.
Remember the bar we've had this.
Oh no, what's bad decisions?
Bad decisions. Sorry, wrong bar.
Yeah, wrong bar.
I go to the broken promises.
Oh,
all the bands go to the bad decisions.
We've all been to the Broken Promises bar, I can tell you. Yeah, I've got a tab there.
Well, that's what they say about us. Fake it till you make it. So you make it up as you go.
Yeah, that's it.
So, but anyway, that's a good name for a bar. I might use that in the future.
Yes, Broken Promises. But that's what my old man used to say, is that if ever he opened a bar, it was going to be called Moderation, because they're always telling you to drink in moderation. So there you go. So anyway, we're going to take a very, very quick break away from the chaos and hilarity here on In Pit Lane. You're watching us on the In Pit Lane YouTube channel. And just quickly, I mean, we won't be in the studio, but the In Pit Lane YouTube channel will stay around. The In Pit Lane Facebook page will stay around.
We will not go away. We'll not die. You're
not getting rid of us.
We are not. We refuse to go away. Brett and I are still going to go to as many tracks as we can. So look out for those stupid live streams that we could do with the crazy, insane stuff.
That's it.
And it's all to the beautiful people that we find at the tracks as well, though, too. The drivers, the volunteers.
And yes, and we must say thank you to everybody, particularly our friends from Baskerville once again. We've had such a huge response to the Baskerville special. Yep. So thank you very much to everybody who's made that possible. Okay, we're going to take, as I say, we're going to take a very quick break now, and we'll be back with our special guest, Bruce Astbury. Don't go away. We'll be right back. To In Pit Lane. Now, coming up on the program, our guest tonight is Bruce Astbury from Motorsport Australia. Now, Bruce has been Doc is doing something very strange. He's taking my mind off of things. I don't know what sort of thing. He's waving his hands around. He's conjuring up something.
Conjuring up Bruce's magic.
Now, Bruce Astbury is our guest tonight, and you may know Bruce. I mean, if you've sort of been doing club racing and state racing for many years, he's been in behind the wheel of a clubman. He's been behind the wheel of an MG. He's with the Mark Sports Car Club. Well, now he is a part of Motorsport Australia in the very important role of state and club manager. And we always talk about sort of, the people talk about the top end of motorsport with Motorsport Australia. As I once said to somebody who will remain nameless, we'll just call him Tony Cochran, just remember, pal, that your business relies on our sport. And if our sport dies, your business is gone. Anyway,
that was appropriately put.
Yeah, for tonight. We're still on Channel 31 after all. Right now, please welcome to the program Bruce Astbury. Bruce, welcome to the program.
Feel free to comment on fill the gaps in that Brett's alluding to, but geez, you've got the hard. You're right down the bottom there. You've got the hardcore stuff that you've got to hear all the whinging, all the moaning and stuff like that. But it can't be all that bad, can it?
It's been fantastic. I've been there 5 weeks. As you said, I've been around motorsport since I was about 17. I did my first autocross at Packenham.
I'm sorry, guys, we're going to have to cut it. So we can't hear Bruce for some reason.
Oh, okay.
That's right. What I was saying, Josh, you come forward, not the thing, because we can't see you in how many minutes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Check your pack, Chris.
Yep. We're just getting there. So obviously, as you would have heard, if you're watching right now.
Hold on.
Welcome back to In Pit Lane. Well, as we said sort of many times on the program, grassroots motorsport is a very important part of the sport as a whole. And many years ago, said to someone who will be known only as Tony Cochran, that you've got to remember, pal, that like your business relies on our sport. If our sport dies, your business goes with it. So tonight, Bruce has been around motorsport for a long, long time. He's just joined Motorsport Australia as the Director of State and Club Level Motorsport. And obviously it's a big job. To find out about his new role, we welcome Bruce Astbury to In Pit Lane. Bruce, welcome to the program.
Thanks, pleasure to be here.
Now, I was going to say.
Yeah, let's talk about, first of all, we're very short on time. So what is your role? Explain your role.
That's a good question. So my role is State and Club Competition Manager. So essentially I'm working with the state panels and all the clubs in that competition space. So that covers autocross, motorcarnas, sprinting, racing and rally as well.
Now the thing is, we've as we go around, the one thing that lots of people say to us, and they said to us at Sandown and even at Baskerville and all the rest of it, is a lot of people at the grassroots will say, like, Motorsport Australia doesn't give a damn about us. Motorsport, they care. They're worried about the supercars. They're worried about the Grand Prix. We're just ignored completely. So, what challenges do you have in terms of turning around that attitude from a lot of people, possibly the majority in sort of grassroots motorsport, who are saying that all Motorsport Australia cares about now is the top end of town?
Yeah, I think there's certainly been a change in focus. Like we talk about the pyramid of motorsport, and yes, we've got Formula One supercars, but that mass of our customers and our competitors is in that grassroots area. And essentially that's my role with the team, is to work with those guys. And really a lot of it's just about communication both ways, back from the members and more importantly from us, to the members. But working with them, putting on great events, making our competitors happy and enjoying their time on the track.
Where do you see the opportunities with that? Is it more emails? Is it getting out there and showing your face, or more of those polo shirts you wear? Is it liaison? Is it surveys? What's some of the feedback, constructive feedback that you have been getting?
Yeah, I think it's a whole lot of all of that. Really important that we get results from surveys, which give us data. But it's been important. Like I've been at events pretty much since I started 5 weeks ago. I think this weekend.
Which is not unfamiliar to you, because as Brett said a few minutes ago, you've just about done a whole lot from ground up yourself. Yeah,
but it's been great to be at some other events and just touch the flesh, I suppose, and talk to people. People have got access to us. I've given out my mobile, so it's just been being able to communicate with our members.
So how important is that, the fact that you go to these events, certainly in Victoria anyway, people know you. I mean, most people would know you from somewhere, or certainly know of your name, and you're not coming from outside the sport, you're not coming from the top end of the sport, you're not an ex-Formula One driver or supercar driver, you are a grassroots competitor. How important is it that you can identify with the problems that grassroots racers have?
I think that's super important. Like, as you said, I've been around the sport since I was 17, off and on, but really for the last 15 to 20 years as a competitor, more so as an event organiser through the Mark Sports Car Association, as an official, as a scrutineer, as an event command. So it gives me a real opportunity to understand all facets of grassroots motorsport.
It's that wonderful time of year, and I'm not talking about Christmas shopping where everyone else can come and do, but events are absolutely piling on every single weekend. We were talking a bit earlier, and it's just obvious. Brett and I talk about it almost every single weekend, and just like he was reverberating before about people having their concerns, and you go to the events, so much is on every single weekend. How are we going to get this sort of plateaued out for everyone to enjoy more? Because there's just not, officials, volunteers, media, we just can't cover it all sometimes. There's got to be some sort of forum.
Yeah, that's a really good question. Like, you're right, we tend to work in silos. We've got rally doing stuff, we've got racing, we've got sprinting. So if we can get a better landscape, difficult because there's only so many weekends in a year, and everybody, if you wanted to perhaps go racing in July.
Is that something that's becoming harder? I mean, talking to some people out at Sandown just recently, we're talking about the incredible number of historic meetings that are on, and just the effect it was having. And a lot of the people there said, they've got to do something about it, but they can't touch our category and they can't touch our meeting. So how difficult is it when they've got that mindset? And now you've got sort of, groups that, classes that are splintering off again and saying, like, well, hang on, there's an over 2 litre sport and there's an under 2 litre sport. What about us 3.5 litre people? We want our own series.
Yeah, well, I think it's just getting the parties together and talking through it. The role's a bit of a mediator, I think, as well. So, yeah, it's covering off all that and just looking at what's the best interest for the sport.
A degree in psychology. And to get them all together as well, though, too, you're going to have to, there's presidents. Everyone wants, as Brett says, a share in the pie. No, this is sacred. You can't touch us.
Yeah.
So, you're going to have to, someone's going to have to put their big foot down and like the Coco, the gorilla type foot and say, right, we need to work together.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, stay with us and we'll catch up with a bit more of this after the break. But right now, we are going to take a break here on In Pit Lane here on Channel 31. When we come back, we'll have more from our special guest, Bruce Astbury, and also some great music from our special guest, Vicky from Brittle Sun. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
Get the phone ringing for your business with website development and SEO services from Online Invent. Visit onlineinvent.com.au.
571. I'm getting signals from everywhere as how long we've got. But at the moment, look, what I would like to say is a huge thank you to our Patreon supporters. We really do have to say thank you for your support. We've got a very small but very keen group of people, and thank you so much for helping us keep us on the air as well. I'll tell you tonight, this is sort of behind the scenes stuff, is that I can tell you for a fact tonight's show would have been cancelled had it not been for our Patreon supporters tonight. They were the reason we could come back and do these final 2 shows. So thank you to our Patreon supporters for helping keep us help keeping us on the air. So we really do appreciate that. You can sponsor In Pit Lane. You can help us support us from as little as $1 a week. $1. And we've had so many people over the years who say, oh, I'd love to help you guys out, but we just don't have that sort of money. I mean, come on, $1 a week if you want to support us.
Then you see $20,000 worth of footage on a weekend done.
Yes, we won't. Yes, we won't go there. But as I said, like what it costs for them to get one weekend of stream would literally keep us on air for 7 years.
I was going to
7 years.
2 years with pizzas.
Anyway, so thank you to our Patreon supporters for all your help. Go to our Patreon page, which is patreon.com/The Pit Crew. The Pit Crew, and we love you, even though we're moving off of Channel 31. As I said, we will keep doing stuff. We will have actually more content, hopefully over the future.
Just because we're retiring doesn't mean we're going to be completely inactive. Like
hey,
the local footy show.
I ain't retired.
The local footy show you said is also finishing up this year.
Yeah, look, it's very. We'll go into some of the details next week, but I mean, we really do say thank you to the Patreon supporters. If Phil was awake, we would read the message that we've got there, but apparently he's not. So we'll say thank you to.
Wake up, Jeff.
Anyway. Yeah, wake up, Phil. So anyway, we're going to take a very quick break now, and too late now, Phil. You missed your spot. we're going to take a break now.
He did catch a Pokemon though out of that.
He did. We're going to take a break now. When we come back in just a moment, we're going to catch up with, finish up our interview with Bruce Astbury and also hear some great music from Vicky from Brittle Sun. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back to In Pit Lane. Well, I guess tonight is Bruce Astbury from Motorsport Australia. He is the club and state motorsport manager. And Bruce, let's talk about what are the plans for next year? I mean, what are we looking like in terms of? I see the Victorian State Series have already got their calendar out. It looks a lot more balanced than we've seen in recent times. No round at Winton. That has been. So do you play a role in that? Because a lot of competitors online are saying like, oh, hey, where the hell's Winton? What's the So do you have a role in bringing those sort of groups together and
yeah, we have
that sort of thing?
I was involved with the state race series. They had a meeting Monday week ago, I think, with the categories to discuss the calendar. There will be a trophy tour event at Winton hosted by state race. So there could be an opportunity for some of the categories to get on that
And
event.
just quickly, for people who hadn't heard, the trophy series, we talked about this briefly with Lisa when she was on, Lisa Crampton. It's sort of something that I've been saying, something they do in America, sort of, they have these regionals. They're sort of, they're sort of like super state meetings where you have state series, but you have like a national or one or two national categories as well. So is that the sort of thing we're looking at with the trophy series?
Yeah, that's the plan. That at the moment they're all talking to categories, are talking to the promoters, with the idea of getting at least one national category to country areas, which would be fantastic. Be fantastic for the events, and fantastic for the people, and even fantastic for the other competitors to be amongst that level of competition.
One-off events, they'll go off like steroids. They'll be absolutely and it'll gain in popularity as well though too, because it'll be a go-to event. Yeah,
we've got some really good plans, next year and moving forward to how we can promote not only the national events but the state level events. To really, at the moment, they're a bit of a best-kept secret, really. Those
We've seen, you've said you've been with Motorsport Australia for the last 5 weeks. Lisa has just joined. We had Sunil Lavora on in our previous season earlier this year. It seems to be a sort of, a big turnover at Motorsport Australia at the moment. I mean, is that sort of, like a planned thing? Is it sort of, a new broom?
Oh, I wouldn't say so. There's been some people that have moved on. We lost Pravin, who was a great asset to Motorsport Australia. He's taken up a really good opportunity in Miami, so to lose Pravin. But I think it's just been
another member of Trump's cabinet, I think.
Probably. It's fresh blood come in, definitely, and so a few ideas will be thrown around the table, I bet.
Yeah, but some people have really, like I know I've got a lot of background in motorsport, but there's some great background in the sport, which is, it's really great to have people with a passion. My first 5 weeks with the staff, they're all amazing. They're all focused. So it's a really good place.
So in terms of that communication, as I said, one of the things that we've got from people is, we want to talk to Cam. We try to talk to Cam, well, to still call it Cams, but whatever. But Motorsport, we want to talk to them, and they don't listen to it. You said that you put your details out there. If there are clubs, if there are individual club members or categories that want to talk to you, who have grievances, who want to sort of say, hey, this is the problem that we're having at the moment, how do they get in touch with you?
Yeah, well, through the Motorsport Australia website. I can probably not give out my phone number on air, but certainly if they contact us.
But his home address is...
Yeah, exactly. And Christmas presents could be sent too.
We also like to see them go through the panel and the state exec type system. Really important that they're across the issues as well. We're working on a system where we can get a better flow of feedback both ways.
And response as well, too.
Yeah, 100%.
I will add my 5 cents in. Worthy, it would be nice to see the state panel minutes back on the website again, because they disappeared a while ago, and it was very handy to have them out there to find out exactly what was being discussed and what decisions were made, and they sort of disappeared. So that's my 5 cents worth.
Transparency,
anyway.
Brett?
Transparency, yes, I think that's what they call it. Hey, listen, Bruce, thanks a lot for coming in. Now, quickly, there's a come and try day happening soon, I believe, just quickly.
Yeah, if I can put my MSCA cap on, we've got come and try next weekend. We've got over 80 newbies, about 15 ladies, which is fantastic, about 20 under 18s. So again, we've been running the event for about close to 10 years now, and it just shows the level of interest and people want to get involved in grassroots motorsport. But we've got all those sorts of events happening, MG Car Club, Pakenham. There's a lot of, real development
Okay, well, if people want to find out more, head to the Motorsport Australia website and keep up with our Facebook page and all the rest, and we'll certainly give it a plug wherever possible. Bruce, thanks for joining us in Pit Lane on our second last program.
And
thank you for the thanks for joining us tonight.
Having you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Now, to take us out tonight, we've got Vicky from Brittle Sun. You can catch her a free gig at the Town Hall Hotel in North Melbourne supporting Craig Lee on December the 1st at 6 p.m. But right now, this is Vicky from Brittle Sun. And what are you singing? Because once again, Phil hasn't written it down.
I'm singing the Tiger song.
We've had a gorilla song. This is the Tiger song. Vicky from Brittle Sun and the Tiger song. Good night. We'll see you next week for our final show.
With stripes like holograms, just like fingerprints, she sees in black and white. She can swim like a fish, not like other cats. Other cats hate to get their feet wet. With paws like dinner plates, she's an expert at taking you by surprise. To jump you 'cause she can't be tamed. Instinct wins each time. And I suppose she dreams of chasing animals in the forests of the night, where she had free rein and there were no gates. Oh, she shone so brightly. With eyes like lava lamps, she sees clearly in the darkest moonless night. There's 1,000 pounds per inch of force behind every bite. And I suppose she dreams of chasing animals in the forests of the night, where she had free rein and there were no gates. Oh, she shone so brightly. And I suppose she dreams of chasing animals in the forests of the night, where she had free rein and there were no gates. Oh, she shone so brightly. The tiger that once burned bright in the vanishing forests of the night lies still by her stripes. We are savages. Oh, she shone so brightly. Thank you.